Hi, today I'm going to focus on helping you to be able to better budget. A really simple way to do it. You got a new job.
Hallelujah.
Or you got some money that you didn't count on
Thank
getting.
you, Jesus.
Now you have money and you need to figure out a way just to kind of do it simply. How do you simply make a budget? How do you know where your money is going? Well, here's some easy steps. So please take notes and keep up if you can. The first thing you need is a piece of paper and a pen or a pencil. And simply what you do is you take your pen or pencil, whichever you choose. I choose the pen because I've kind of become expert with this, so I don't necessarily have to do a lot of erasing. But what you simply do, let me go ahead and get the pen started. You look at your expenses that you have. First, you type down or write down the month. It is the month of February. And we're going to go ahead and go with 2019. Okay? And then we know that we have rent due. Rent is usually due by the first of the month in most cases. Some of us have a car payment. Some of us have car insurance. We all should have. Okay. A telephone. Usually a cell phone. Okay. And let's just say you have a credit card. Let's just go in any store. I'll just make one up. So let's go with Dr. Cash credit card. Alright, now once you have all your things that you know that you have to pay every month, you put down the amount, so let's say you're paying $500 for rent. Okay, let's say you know you have a car payment that's due by the 1st. Let's just say the car payment is $200. Let's say you have car insurance for $100. Let's say your cell phone is roughly $120. And your credit card, you might be making a $60 payment. Okay, now that is your expenses for the month. Now on the side of that, okay, well actually let's go ahead and copy that over to March. Let's write the same exact thing, assuming that you have the same bills that you have each month. Okay. Sometimes this will differ because maybe you paid off a credit card or something like that. So back over here, you have car insurance. You can always abbreviate it or note these however you want to do it, whichever you feel comfortable with. Some people just put the cell phone company here instead of cell phone, but I'd like to just do it this way here. Dr. Cash credit card. Okay, you know that's $60. Okay, let's say we're in February. Now I know that I got paychecks coming. I get paid on this, right on the side over here, on the 1st. I'm going to get paid on 2 weeks later, Valentine's Day. And then I'm probably not going to get paid again until March 1st. So what I would do is go over here and write down my March 1st when I get paid, the days that the money go in the account. Okay, and then I go 2 weeks later, and I might have another check there. But you can sometimes move that down to April. You can start at April 1 down below. Now, in this situation here, what you want to do is you take, for your paycheck on the 1st, okay, you're going to go here, okay, and then you know that your car payment's usually probably due, or actually your car insurance is probably due around the 1st. So I'm going to take another line, and I'm going to go down to the car insurance, okay. So I know that with my first paycheck on this check for 2/1, I'm going to have to pay the rent, and I'm going to have to pay the car insurance. That's $600 right off the bat. So I need to know what my paychecks are every month. So once I know that, have it in my head, I can write it here if I choose, or if I know, then I just know that when my check comes, this is automatic. $600 is going to come out in that first check. 2/14, my next check. Well, more than likely, this is due, the car payment, and more than likely, your cell phone might be due. Again, you must check your due dates on your bills to know. And then I know I'm going to have to make that payment to the credit card. So on my next check for 2/14, I'm going to be paying $200 plus 120 plus 60. So that's what, 320, 380. So on my 2/14 check, I'm going to be paying $380 in bills. And the rest of it, I can put in savings, I can spend it, I can budget it, whatever. It's your cash. Okay? Or you can save it, or you can pay something early for the next month if you wanted to. But in any case, on 2/1, I know that I'm going to be paying for this check here, the rent and the car insurance. That on this, according to this, is $600. So my paychecks, first of all, I need to make at least $980 a month. Okay, that's the first thing. Okay, so I know I should be making that. Okay, $980, that's my bills. That's how I survive. Well, that doesn't include food. That doesn't include toiletries and gas and all that. So you're going to have to really figure what those expenses might be. But that is the remaining cash. Outside of that is what you have to spend. And you're going to have to, like, you can write it down here. Groceries. You can allot an amount to pay for groceries per month. You can allot an amount for gas. But I wouldn't advise to continue to add credit cards. So then you come to the next month and you do the same thing. So rent. Okay. And then my car insurance. Okay. And then the other check. Okay. It can look a little messy, but trust me, you know what lines go to what. Sometimes what I like to do is I make a certain line darker. Or you can use color pens. Okay. Or you can use different symbols on the end. Instead of a pointy, you can use a box. You can use a circle. That kind of thing. One important thing to remember is that once you pay a bill, you just cross it off. Boom. I paid that. Let's say it's now the 13th and it's getting ready to be the 14th of the month. So the first, I already paid these. I paid the car insurance. I paid that. Okay. So I done paid it and it's no longer due this month. And what I like to do is put a little paid next to it. Okay. Sometimes you might get a confirmation number. You can put that on here. If you paid it online, you can put your confirmation 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever number you get back. Or if you use a check, you can put the check number here. You could or you could even put the date you paid it on. Maybe you got paid on the 1st and you actually paid it at the office on 2/3. Sometimes you can make arrangements with people to pay things a day late or whatnot without penalty of a late fee. So make sure if you do decide to pay something late, there are no penalties, because sometimes those late fees can cost $10, $15, $20. So again, if you decide to pay after the date it's due. But if it's not due until, say for instance, your car insurance isn't due until the 3rd of February, then yeah, you can write down that you paid it on the 3rd. And sometimes, again, you can put the confirmation number right next to it. Okay. So yeah, like I said, it can be a little messy, but when you know what you have written down here, it becomes so much simpler. So you have options, but this to me has worked for many years. It's very simple. You can keep record of it, and you can, once you fill up your page each month, you get what, 9 per page, 9 months. Sometimes 6, depending on how many expenses you have. And once you're done, you just go ahead and file it away in a binder, and you don't see it at all, but you can always go back and say, wow, I had that many credit cards. My goodness, I paid them off, I paid them down. So like, say for instance, if this was the final payment and I paid it and there was nothing else due, I could go like this. Just cross it off.
Yeah, boy.
And I might put paid off. Next month, I wouldn't even have to have it on here. I wouldn't have to add it. So all I would be looking at for that month, that would be my bills. Okay, and according to this, I need $980 a month. Without that credit card bill, you just subtract that 60 off. See, and that's how much you need to make at least. Again, that doesn't include food. That does not include gas. You need to figure out your budget. So without getting into all of the Quicken and all the other programs that they use to help you budget your dollars and find, your budgeting for the month and your checks. Simple, write it down. Keep it in a place where it's in a binder, where maybe it's next to your refrigerator or it's on the desk next to your lamp. It's something that you're going to look at every single month. Okay, and trust me, you will look at it and you will know ahead of time. Matter of fact, there will be months where you actually find out that you have an extra check. Maybe the pay dates don't always fall on the first. So sometimes you might have to pay rent maybe on a check in the previous month, a week before the first. And then your days shift. And then you'll find out that, wait a minute, I don't have anything to put this check to because I paid all the bills. And then you have an extra check for the month. Happens maybe once or twice a year if you follow this structure. So it's a pretty simple way to do it. I've done it forever. It works. The only time it doesn't work is when you just flat out know and you just don't pay on your bills, or you don't make the money and that you're supposed to make per month. That's when it doesn't work. And then you have to shovel or move things around and then make arrangements with the collectors because they will be calling you. So anyways, real simple. Follow that just to start if you're just starting off with budgeting, and you'll be okay. You can do this on the computer too, but a lot of people don't like to log in and wait and all that stuff. I keep mine right next to the light. I go in there, I open the binder and go, oh, paid, and cross things off. And pretty simple. You can add on there, if you get a refund of any sort, you can add that next to your paycheck date. So now you see that you have not only your pay date, but maybe someone owes you money and they're going to pay on a certain date to you. You add that on there too. So now you got that extra check in there. You know where all your money is accounted for. And the other thing that I would suggest is to keep your receipts for at least a year. Put them in a shoebox. You get some shoes, take that box, write on their receipts for the year 2019. And once you get a receipt, throw it in that thing. Because you never know when you need to go back and find a receipt to return something. It may be months down the road, but still, stores will not give you back your cash necessarily if you don't have a receipt. They give you a store voucher. And if you don't like that store, you stuck. So keep the receipt so you can get your cash back if you use cash to buy something. Or if you need to prove how you pay for something, or prove that you even bought it, because some stores don't keep good records. So keep the receipts. Every time you get a receipt, put it in the shoebox. And every time you look at your account and your checking account, is a whole different conversation, but you'll at least know what amounts go to what receipts. There's my helpful hint. Until next time, thank you for listening. Chocolate High.